Hey there, good afternoon. I'm Raleigh Brown, and this is Curve Flattening Concert number 559. And a few people are starting to sign in. Steve DeHaas is first man in. He's on YouTube, and then David Harleyson close behind on Facebook. And it's nice to see you all. So I put new strings on the pre-war guitar here, and the returns aren't all in. I'm not sure. These are the strings I use. I always use Elixir strings, which are a coated string, so they last longer. Some people think that they don't have as much tone. This guitar came with kind of standard D'Addario J16s. And hello, Ann Mintz and Howard Hobbs and Johnson Hogg. And they sounded really great when I first tuned it up. And then I got home from a week of banging away on them at camp. Those are not coated strings, and therefore they die quicker. And so I thought, well, I'll put on my Elixirs that I usually use. And I put them on, and I wasn't immediately impressed with the sound, but it's kind of growing on me. I'm going to experiment some with some different strings. I see Johnson Hogg here, Francis Mendenhall out there in Minnesota, Connie Adams in Santa Barbara. It's good to see you guys here. And I guess we could cloink. I will wish you a happy day. Here's to good coffee and good community. Clink. That is good coffee. And Steve Davidson is here, and Deb Leiby Clark, and Emily Reynolds. Hi, Emily. Emily is a great gypsy swing guitarist. And Charlotte Cantrell out there. Charlotte, I've just been turning a new friend of mine who I met. He's the owner of Charlie's Girlfriend at the park, and I've been turning him on to Steve Mann, and he was really digging it. So that's always nice to see. Another Steve Mann fan in the making. And Debbie Moore, yeah, the sun is trying to peek through here too. Just hasn't been all day, but now a little bit. And S.A. Tudhope is here, and Kathy Craw. Kathy, we missed you and the Millses at camp, but we kind of soldiered on without you there. And like that. So this first song is by a Canadian group. Good for you, Kathy Craw, Canadian group, Fraser and DeBolt. And we'll just get right to it here. These dance hall girls, they treat you kind. They give you their bodies, but you'll never reach their mind. They fill you up with lipstick lies. When they put you down, son, don't be surprised. Is this the way it always is here in Baltimore? I held her mountains, I kissed her plains, I touched her sunshine, Lord, I drank her rain. We come so far, but we broke too fast. Thought I had a winner, son, but I come in last again. Is this the way it always is here in Baltimore? I must have chosen the wrong season to come down. I never realized they call this sacred ground. My sense of time, hell, I'm a week behind. I sent a letter home. These things take time, you know. Gonna get some money. Gonna go back home. These dance hall girls know how to make a man feel so alone. Is this the way it always is here in Baltimore? I must have chosen the wrong season to come down. I never realized they call this sacred ground. My sense of time, hell, I'm a week behind. They give you their bodies, but you'll never reach their mind. They fill you up with lipstick lies. These dance hall girls, they say they can't stand to see a grown man cry. Is this the way it always is here in Baltimore? Is this the way it always is here in Baltimore? Dance Hall Girls by Fraser and DeBolt. And that song kind of, it was a folk hit. Was that an oxymoron in the 60s? And it just kind of disappeared from sight. And one of the young acoustic bands, I think the band called The Duhks, D-U-H-K-S, recorded it, and it's got a kind of new life. People like it again. Always good news. So Ginger Hopper's here, and Pam Zappardino, and John Ferrulo, and Michael Miller from North Carolina. Not to be confused with the Michael Miller who John Ferrulo and I hung out with in New Hampshire. But still an equally nice Mike Miller. And Kate Mack is here, and Margot Lemieux also, who we got to hang with in New Hampshire. And Steve Edelman says he flew into the Baltimore airport this past Sunday. That's great, Steve, but the song is about Baltimore, Ontario, I think, or Ottawa. I think it's Ontario. Maybe Kathy Craw can tell us. So I always thought it was about, when I was young, I thought it was about Baltimore, Maryland, but not. So let me see who else is here. I think I've said hi to most of you. I'm trying to keep up. This guitar's got a little bit of horsepower here. Yeah, Steve Edelman said I had no idea, and me neither. And one of my students at Sam W. a couple of years ago was from Ontario. I think it was Ontario. And he said that he met Alan Fraser, who co-wrote the song, and he asked him about it, and he said that he wrote the song because he used to always pass this exit on the freeway, on I guess the Queen Elizabeth Way or whatever big highway it is up there, for Baltimore, Ontario, and right at the exit there was like a gentleman's club, you know, like an adult or an adult bookstore or something, and that triggered the idea of writing the song. You can't make this shit up. So next one up here is a Bob Dylan tune. One of my favorites. Every time I do, I only do Bob Dylan songs if they're among my favorites. There's hundreds and hundreds of songs, and there's like, 10 of them that I really love. I love a bunch of other ones, but I don't do them. Anyhow, this one I've loved forever. How shall I start it? Well, perhaps it's the color of the sun cut flat and covering these crossroads I'm standing at. Or maybe it's the weather, something like that. But Mama, you've been on my mind. I don't mean trouble, please don't put me down or get upset. I am not pleading or saying that I can't forget you. I do not walk the floor, bowed down and bent, but yet, Mama, you've been on my mind. And although my mind is hazy and my vision may be narrow, where you've been don't bother me or bring me down in sorrow. You don't even matter to me who you'll be waking with tomorrow. Mama, you're just on my mind. And I'm not asking you to say words like yes and no. Please understand me. I got no place for you to go. I'm just singing to myself, pretending not that I don't know. Mama, you're just on my mind. Well, when you wake up in the morning, Mama, look into your mirror. Oh, you know I won't be next to you. You know I won't be near. I'd just be curious to know if you could see yourself as clear as someone hell has had you on his mind. Someone who has had you on his mind. Mama, You've Been on My Mind by Bob Dylan. I think we might be able to get a little shot of Charlie the dog here. Hang on. He was by the fireplace, but he moved. Can you see him there? He's in the sun. He's that little bright blop in the center of the screen, surrounded by all his toys, most of which he never plays with. There's his little heart is close to the front of the screen there. So anyhow, there's a little Charlie for you. Well, he's a big Charlie, actually, but that looks pretty good. So, some announcements for you today. There is, as usual, a PayPal and Venmo link here. That's where it has to go. And it's for the Charlie the Dog Veterinary and Educational Fund and Dog Sitting Fund. And there are invisibles here. Some of them are newer invisibles, and I don't know them. But the old standby invisibles are Kit Serikaku, Judith Fox, Joel Biget, and Mario Peru. Charlie Bryant is here. He's late, but he is here. He will get a tardy mark next to his name. And Kathy Cross says there is a Baltimore, Ontario near Coburg. So there you have it. Tom Maynard is here. He's another Sam W. guy. And my friend Peter Zerblis. Peter just blew us away with his singing this week. Boy, he did a great version of the Dolphins. And then he sang something else, I can't remember exactly what, for the student concert, which was really terrific. So I think that I've talked to you about my friend Charles Williams, who passed away this year, who was one of the vocal instructors, very influential at Sam W. And he was certainly responsible for helping me get a little bit more out of my croaky little voice than I used to get. And boy, you see somebody like Peter sing, and you see the reaping of the harvest that Charles Williams planted with us. He was a wonderful guy. Anyhow, let me quit bloviating here and see if there's anyone else. Emily Reynolds says, can Charlie come play with my Tuffy? Your Tuffy would have to be pretty tough to play with Charlie. He's a problem child. But who knows, maybe someday. And Tammy Dettinger is here. She's another dog person, and her dog Holly is a big agility champ and all that stuff. And Deb Libby Clark is here, and Sharon March. Good to see you all. And the schedule, I think that's all I have to say. The schedule is, as far as I know, Thursday, I think Helen Avakian and David Irwin will do their stream in the evening. You could go to her page to find out about that. Helen Avakian, Avakian. On Friday, I didn't see Slim. Are you intending to play? And because I didn't see it on your page. And if Slim is, then he will write and tell us. And Anne, thanks for that. I'll get to that in a minute. That's good of you to remind me. And Bunny will be doing her, maybe will be doing her threefer. I didn't see anything about that either. Then on Saturday, Dakota Dave Hull probably will be doing Guitar Day with Dakota Dave at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 Central. And Warren Bendler may or may not be doing his stream on Saturday afternoon. So you can check Warren Bendler's page, Slim Edelman's page, and Bunny Barnes's page, and they will post what they're intending to do. What Ann Mintz just announced, and this is for those of you especially in the Philadelphia area, is that at Ann's house this Friday evening in Mount Airy section of Philadelphia, my dear friend Tony McManus, who's just a brilliant guitarist, will be doing a house concert. And Tony is just a wonderful guy. He and I became friends, must be 20 years ago. We both were teaching at Steve Kaufman's camp down in Tennessee, and we were the only ones who were teaching both weeks, and we bonded in a big time and in a big way. And Tony had shown up, and British Airways had lost his luggage, so I was enlisted to take this strange Scottish guy to Walmart and find clothes for him. And it was quite the experience. Tony is a wild man. So, he's running around picking up Bermuda shorts and all this stuff that you don't expect Scottish folk heroes to do. And we've been friends ever since. I've stayed at his house. He stayed at my house. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him at the end of the week. So if you are interested in seeing Tony McManus in an intimate house concert, a wonderful house concert, and as Ann has posted, there will be cookies, then you should contact Ann, and you can do that by going to Ann Mintz, that's ANNMINTZ, at MindSpring, MINDSPRING.com. And if you go, I'll see you there. So, and if not, if you live somewhere way far away, maybe you should go on YouTube and search Tony McManus, McManus, and you'll find bunches of videos of him playing all of these great traditional tunes, traditional Celtic tunes. He does a beautiful version of the Mingus tune "Goodbye Pork Pie Hat." He sings a lovely version of the Bob Franke song "Hard Love." He plays beautiful Bach pieces that he's learned totally by ear. just an amazing, amazing musician. So Anne posted her email address there. You can get that. So that's a little bit of news, and I think that's everything. On Sunday, I will be back at 10:30 a.m., and I think we're all announced out then. So I should have been warming up my fingers instead of holding that flat pick. Pam Zappardino said, I think Warren is announcing his new album on Saturday. Am I right? He already announced it. I don't know if he's going to perform part of it. I would assume that would be a great idea. So this one is another favorite instrumental of mine, and it was written by Sir Hugh Perry. It's called Jerusalem. And I did my research this time. I don't have to go, what's that guy's name and all that stuff. So it's based on a poem by William Blake. And the poem is entitled, And Did Those Feet in Ancient Time? And the question it asked is, did Jesus come to Glastonbury in England during the missing years? And there are lyrics to it. It's a beautiful poem. It was that poem engendered the name Chariots of Fire from the great movie, and this song appears marginally in the film, along with the great Vangelis soundtrack. But here it is, Jerusalem. Jerusalem by Sir Hugh Perry. Truly a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of music. And I see Donna Bergman just showed up. Hi, Donna. Linda Worcester is here. And if I missed anyone else, I said hi to Rhonda Scott Merrick, I think. John Sprouse is here. Great. Good to see you all on this day. Bunny says yes on 3 for this Friday, so that would be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And Slim said yes also, so he will be at 3:30 Eastern Time. This time, the Beatles theme for Steve. And there we go. So I want to thank you all for joining me, as I always do. And I have one more song for you, my original for today. So I spent some time last night, one by one. I got out. I kept this guitar on a stand, and then I got out each of my other kind of first string guitars, my Murderer's Row of guitars, and one at a time, I sat them both there, and I played one and played the other, and played one and played the other. Did a little flat picking, a little flat picking, and then a little finger picking, and then a little finger picking. And this sounds different from them all. I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't say better, but it sounds more like an old Martin than anything else. And my Martin, my OM18, sounds pretty much like an old Martin, but not as much like this one does as this one. And the old Gibson sounded great. What I came to is I'm a really lucky guy. I've got these great guitars. And, they are, to me, they're the tools of my trade. So that's my excuse for having 6 nice guitars. And but the real reason is because, to me, a guitar is a spiritual object. It is something which, it goes beyond, certainly I appreciate a nice looking guitar and all that kind of stuff. All of that stuff plays into the spiritual effect it has when you play the guitar. And each guitar is different, and every guitar has something to teach you. I get a new guitar or a different guitar, and suddenly I write something brand new that's not like anything else I've done. And it's just, my life would be, this whole video today would be in black and white if it wasn't for the guitar. My whole life would be monochromatic if it wasn't for the guitar. All my friends came about because I'm a guitar player. Probably never would have met Janice McKenzie if I hadn't have been a guitar player. Anyhow, one more song for you. Well, I've lost you, you won't be back again, but I'm ready to go on. You were so fiercely independent way back then. Still, I never saw it coming till the end. You were the one who helped me walk the line, and it was you when all was said and done. You stood with me, but you were never mine, and now you're gone. You were the one. Now there are things I wish I'd said when you were here. You didn't always make it easy to confide. In many ways we both made our love clear, but there were privacies that we each kept inside. You were the one who helped me walk the line, and it was you when all was said and done. You stood with me, but you were never mine, and now you're gone. You were the one. We each could stand alone from the start, so I'll be strong and I'll be moving on. There is a part of you forever in my heart, as cold as steel, but warmer than the sun. You were the one who helped me walk the line, and it was you, when all was said and done. You stood with me, but you were never mine, and now you're gone. You were the one, now you're gone. You were the one. So be happy and be healthy, be brave and be calm, be kind, it's a snap, and if you get cranky, take a nap. Have a great day, great rest of the week. I will hope to see you all here on Sunday at 10:30. In the meantime, there's lots of great folks playing music. Have a great time.